Start of every morning, as you guys know already, we go in with all the health supplements. So we've got vitamin D3 there, we have got fever, we have got support max joint, we have got multimax, we've got brain food, and we have got formidable. So health stack every single morning goes in with around a litre and a half of water. So that's an every single day basis. Nothing changes there, guys, unless I incorporate something else in or simply just take something else out. I have now also just made up my EAs for today as well, because I am now sticking this in the freezer prior to me actually going to the gym, so it's nice and cold. So it's not just a case of stick it into a shaker before I go to the gym. I'm actually making it before I go in the morning, putting it into the freezer. As you will see as well, my intra workout now only consists of Hydro EA. So we've only got one supplement in there now, guys. Level Up B2 and Carb Up has been taken out, so they are not needed right now. Last and final few weeks, as we're obviously getting a hell of a lot deeper into prep now, only Hydro EA is going in. Join me, guys, at the beginning of this video in the kitchen making the pancakes for meal number one. We've got, this triggered me a little bit, 79 pancakes. I'm that sort of person that will actually annoy. I now wish that with that last little bit of mixture that was left, I made like 2 small ones, so it would have made up to 80. However, it was one of them things. I would have kind of rather it fell at maybe like 76 rather than 79. However, today's deadlift day. It's Friday. I've changed my training around a little bit this week. I'm also going to take you guys through my training split for prep, my training split to get shredded, what I've been doing this prep, what I've done the past off season into prep, what I've changed. I'm going to take you guys through that throughout my session. Like I say, today is pull from the floor day, so we are going to be hopefully hitting some big numbers. I've got a couple of numbers up in my head today. Last night I've had horrendous sleep. This is the only thing that's kind of bugging me, because this is the first time in 19 weeks that I have had no sleep whatsoever. I literally could not get to sleep for the life of me last night. I was so warm, the heat was just unbearable. We don't have a fan right now, I need to get a fan. I even came downstairs to try and sleep on the couch for it to be cooler. Just could not sleep whatsoever. So absolutely not ideal whatsoever, but it was an early start this morning, dropped Sarah off at the airport. And when I came back, I actually did manage to bag a 2-hour nap, which was really nice. So coming off the back of that, I am feeling okay. I'm glad I got the nap in rather than just kind of coming off the back of literally zero sleep and then getting no sleep whatsoever. So I've had that 2 hours in my head. That's good. So I've been able to do that, have a productive morning, get my work done. I'm now going to be heading to the gym after meal number 2. So we've got a couple of meals to take in, obviously the first one being 79 pancakes. However, we're now into 8 weeks out. Like it's 8 weeks out tomorrow, which is pretty mental. It's pretty mental. Just to take that in, it's crazy. But time's been flying, prep's been going well, everything's been going good. I've had no more high days since the last video you've seen. Not that I've seen Vicky, not that anything has changed apart from that. Like, we've not had to push harder or anything. However, I've just not had any additional high days. So we unfortunately only have 130 grams of oats right there, which is one of them things. And as you can see, it doesn't actually look as nice as what Sarah's presentation always is. I literally just make them and then fire them onto the plate, and then that is literally me going from there. But I'll take you guys through this day. We've not got too much on apart from deadlifts. As you guys know, that is a massive part of my day. So we have to be prepared for that in and around the full session to make sure everything goes as planned. But as always, guys, please do not forget to drop the video a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And let's just get on with this day. I've also actually been favouring these sugar-free Red Bulls over Monster as of recently, which, to be fair, is quite a big statement. However, between this one and the Juneberry one, which is the blue can, these are seriously incredible. And what I actually like about them as well is I'm not too good on too much fluid, and obviously we know the cans of Monster are 500ml. These, you can get them in 335, or you can get them in these ones, which is only 250, which is actually really quite nice. Not high in caffeine, that's one thing I will say, so obviously not the same amount of caffeine that I'm taking in throughout a Monster. In here there's only around 80 milligrams of caffeine, I believe, but there's actually less calories in these overall, obviously, with it being less fluid. But even the 335ml cans, which is obviously a lot closer to your Monster, there's a lot less calories in them as well. So actually you could say they are a little bit more efficient for the old fat loss. However, you need to try these if you haven't already. They are relatively expensive, so try and get them on the sale. I would absolutely not pay £5 for 4 cans of this. However, whenever it's on the sale, as you guys know, I'm Scottish, tight as hell, so I'm of course going to pick it up when it's on the sale. As you already know, we never head to the gym wearing the exact same stuff that we woke up and put on. So that's like my kind of work uniform, I like to call it. And then whenever we make that transition across to what we're wearing when we go to the gym, the head switches across, the mindset flicks across, and we're now into that athlete mode. We're now into that mode where we are heading to the gym and everything just feels totally different. So changed up, we've got a double XL, gasp, oversized sweater. I also I've got 3 layers on, literally 3 layers. Now, the only reason behind that is I'm not actually freezing, but I just like to be covered up until I wear a vest for like maybe my top set today on deadlifts. But we have got also the green, harder to kill, gasp, oversized t-shirt, and then we've got the green ribbed tank under here. Leggings wise, as you guys always know, we always wear leggings whenever we go in and deadlift, purely just because it just saves the bar literally rubbing right against my legs and then causing me to hitch all the time, which I absolutely used to do all the time, and I look back and I think, why did I actually used to do that? So once I made the transition across to leggings back in I think 2021 now, which is about 3 years ago, I've never looked back, and these are my favourite deadlift leggings. They're actually relatively new. They're the green camo gasp ones. And footwear today, let's see if we can get it up. We have the elephant print Jordan 1s on. So I don't even know if you can see them right there, but we've got the elephant print Jordan 1s on over the Zeus Thunderbolts today, purely just down to the fact of I have got another pair of Thunderbolts in the post, which I have to actually pick up today at the local shop. They're black ones this time, and they are the next ones that I want to wear straight away, and I just don't want to wear like all out red with all green here, so we're going to go in with the Jordan ones. However, got my pre-ready, got my intro ready, took my ride on, took my fever. Now it's time to go and send some deadlifts. So, as I take you guys through this deadlift session, which I will say was a relatively productive deadlift session, I want to give you guys an insight into what my actual training split has been to get shredded, what my training split has been on prep, how things have changed, and really what is the difference compared to my off-season training versus my prep training. So from an intensity perspective, volume perspective, exercise selections, the movements that I'm doing in the gym, really nothing's changed here. Not a single thing has changed whatsoever. However, what I am actually currently doing is my rest day on a Friday has now changed to a Thursday. I would usually do arms maybe on this day, so I would kind of treat it as an active rest day. I've now just took that as a full rest because I've genuinely found that with us having so much more on in general, my body is so broken by the end of the week's training, and it's kind of benefiting having that day prior to my deadlifts just to be able to be a little bit more fresh for the day itself. So what I've been doing is I've been going legs on a Sunday,
push on a Monday, so chest or shoulder focused. Midweek back is now on a Tuesday, which is obviously my back session with no deadlifts. Thursday will then obviously be, in fact, I've just skipped Wednesday. Wednesday will be the second push session. So again, chest or shoulder focused. For reference as well, this is the 312.5 kilogram pull of the day, which was the kind of main one. But back to my training split. Thursday, I'm obviously running a full rest day now. So I do actually like to still go into the gym. So I'll pretty much go in and sit on the bike for 20 minutes just to get a bit of movement in there. And then once I'm obviously moving away from that, Friday is my deadlift day, so that is my main back session with deadlifts. Saturday I'm then back to push, and then Sunday back round to legs. So that is 6 days on, 1 day off. This has worked for me very well, and it's worked for me even better because of coming back from training 7 days per week. Giving myself that additional rest day, my body is just soaking it up very well. So I would always strongly suggest 5 training days throughout the week is more than enough. Again, we have to take on board that we're really just going off of training days and non-training days. At the end of the day, you don't have to train specific 6 days a week every week without fail. You have to just take on board that we're more so monitoring our recovery over anything else, especially throughout things like a prep or deep into an off season. So tracking it as just training days and non-training days, taking rest days when you need, can actually be as beneficial as obviously regimenting a rest day in. So that is where my training split lies right now. Nothing is probably going to change making the transition into the off-season phase, purely just down to the fact of this is working very well. I'm getting on so well with it. And the reason we changed legs to a Sunday as well is because the gym is dead on a Sunday, and I really just am not good for waiting on pieces of equipment, especially on something like a leg day. So it feels good having it on a Sunday. I'm getting out of the way then, and then we're starting off a fresh week on, of course, a nice and easy push session. But aside from that, any questions on my split, guys, any questions on where I'm at, drop a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to answer anything about it.
Raw, off the back of that one, just kind of want to give my 2 cents on how things obviously went, how things felt, circumstances and things like that. Like I could very much come in here and just use these as excuses, but I'm not. It was one of them sessions where it was a really good session. Like I still did take a good session. I am still satisfied with the session. I obviously don't like missing lifts, and as you guys know, training's obviously the main thing for me on a daily basis. Training's like everything. Bodybuilding's always second, training's first. I love training, so when I like, I'm properly in the zone for a lift and I miss a lift, like, to be honest with you, the only thing I really track is my deadlifts. So with that, when I miss a deadlift after being on such a good run with them, which to be honest with you I should kind of expect at some point, obviously it hurts. So to miss that 310 triple was quite a stingy one. However, I've obviously got to take on board, this is where I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to be realistic from a coach's perspective as well. This is something that I often say to clients whenever they come to me, if they miss a lift or they regress or something happens, right? You have to take on board circumstances. This is where we have to be real. I literally got 0 sleep. Like, this was the first time ever I've got 0 sleep. I went into the gym later than usual, so I had some other stuff to do before I went into the gym. I got into the gym off of 2 meals. I had my second pre-workout meal probably around 2 hours before I got into the deadlift side of things. So again, a little bit later than usual. Like, it's around 6:30 now, and I've only had 2 meals. So obviously that is not good. Obviously, again, I hate doing this, but I never got the deadlift bar that I wanted. I was gonna wait. I was genuinely gonna wait, but the bar I've been using every single week, the whippier bar, the older bar, never got it. Had to use the stiff bar. Fucking crazy stiff compared to the bar that I'm used to, which is one thing I will say, that from now on I probably will just wait on the whippier bar. And I don't know if you've seen, I got new headphones. So I got some new Bose headphones, which, don't get me wrong, are fucking incredible. But I think I spent so much time worrying about them falling off that I was moving my head up and down. I was like so out of focus what I would normally do. And it's definitely hit me. It's definitely obviously hit me. And it's one of them things that I have to I just have to own it at the end of the day. Like, that's definitely something that I'm in the, what would you say? Like, I'm definitely getting significantly better at owning bad sessions and owning things that don't go my way. However, I know exactly how it feels.
I know exactly how it feels, and it fucking hurts. And for anybody that is out there who misses a lift, who regresses, because I mean, I always have to take on board that I'm very deep into the diet as well. Like, I'm fucking 19 weeks into prep now, and I'm a very, very, very low body weight. A couple of pounds left to probably take off before I'm ready. I've spent the last, I think, 8 weeks up above 300 kilograms, which is something else that, like, that's peak fucking weight. I don't think I've ever spent that much time up above 300 kilograms, let alone be 19 weeks deep into a diet on prep. So it's one of them things. But like I was saying, keep feeling as if the camera's going to fall. It's one of them things. If you're out there and you've regressed in a session, or you've missed a lift, or you've just went in and it's not felt good, take on board circumstances, be real with yourself, be realistic, because even when our fucking minds are switched on, even when our minds are in the place where they need to be, sometimes things can just not go your way, and it's okay. Just fucking own it. Own it and move on to the next one. I've got chest tomorrow, and I'm going to come back in. My head's going to be fresh. I'm going to make sure I fucking sleep tonight, no matter what I have to do. And we're going to come in and we're going to own the next session, and that is all that matters, guys. Off the back of what I was just saying, guys, it's one of them things, right? We have to just own it. Like I say, training's everything to me, so that's why them sort of things hurt quite a bit. But at the same time, like I say, it was 312.5 kilograms. I've never lifted that amount of weight in my entire life. After a consistent run of deadlifts, 300 plus kilograms every single week, in the off season, let alone prep, this has been the most successful prep in terms of lifting yet. I am at my leanest, I'm at my biggest, I'm at my strongest. I'm the strongest I've actually ever been throughout some pressing movements as well in prep. So it's one of them things. Circumstances caused it to happen, and we just have to really focus on moving on from it. It is what it is. I've got so much better at being able to move on from it. I'm going to turn up tomorrow in tomorrow's chest session, and again, look for more ultimately, because that's all we want. I enjoy training more than anything else, and that would never take away from the training side of things. It's just sometimes hard when you're on such a good run and then something like that happens. But we do just have to take on board that anything can cause that to happen. And at the same time, after being on a consecutive run of that amount of weight at this body weight, a few weeks out from the first initial show of the season, I also need to just make sure I put my sensible hat on and be as safe as possible as well. It could have been one of them things where I potentially even could have stayed with that last rep a little bit more, and might not have been a good outcome. However, I tried my best. I pushed myself that bit more. I'm bad for trying to do that a little bit more. And after it, obviously, I pulled back to the 272.5 and done the pause triple. By that time, there was just too many things causing my head to go elsewhere, trying to keep the headphones on. I've learned that I'm going to just wear my AirPods whenever I do deadlifts now. I'm going to wait on the deadlift bar. I'm going to make sure circumstances around my deadlift sessions are all obviously good. But aside from that, it's one of them. We take it, we own it, we move on from it, and that is literally it. So rapid recovery is going in right now, 50 grams fast acting carbohydrates. This hasn't changed throughout prep, so this has been the exact same. 2 scoops of that, and then into my white potato, which I've got 400 grams white potato, along with chicken, along with greens, and that's going to be my post-workout meal. I'm going to do some Lego building tonight as well, keep myself occupied, because like I said earlier, that has been something that's been giving me a little bit of chill time, downtime, just to be able to switch off completely. But aside from that, like, it's been a productive day. So that is going to be it for another day, guys. I will, of course, keep you updated with regards to what's next, what's happening, where we're at. We have the first initial BMBF show of the season coming up, which is actually on Sunday. I'm going to be leaving at like 4 a.m. to be able to get to London in time for the show starting. I'm then going to ultimately be leaving straight after it, so it's like 14 or 15 hours of driving in about a 24-hour period, I think, which is lovely. But that's what it is. I've got quite a few clients in there, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing. Everybody is looking on, which is a good thing. If you guys have anything you would like to know about, anything you would like me to elaborate on, don't hesitate to drop a comment down below. Let me know what you would like to see on the channel as well. But aside from that, as always, don't forget to drop the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next video.